I was always singing and carrying on, and my parents had a piano and I would play it, and it was, I finally started taking lessons, and it was just a very natural part of my life. And I would say that it was somewhat clear to me that music was my real passion, probably when I was around 10 or 11. And at that time, you know, again, I was also looking at both sides of whether it would be a practical thing to do, coming from a family that was very practical. But it was always something that, you know, again, would just, when I would start to play or sing or do anything, dance, I would always just lose myself. I can remember in those feelings of just, I would just let go, whatever happened. In organ playing, we were always taught that we needed to keep our heels together. And one of our professors always had this saying that, stop worrying and just keep your heels together and everything will work out. And so I took that as sort of my mantra. We had the opportunity, my husband and I, to move here. It was for a job that he had when we first arrived at the Santa Fe, New Mexican. And very shortly after we arrived, I started working here at First Presbyterian Church, and that was about 24 years ago. With my organ playing, it's been really exciting for me to do a recital series and have the opportunity to introduce each piece and talk about the significance of those pieces historically, and then also bringing their 21st century hit, what do they mean to us now? At this point, I work with the groups here at First Presbyterian Church, which involve a singing choir, a very wonderful singing choir, and a wonderful handbell choir. Then in the community, I work with the Santa Fe Women's Ensemble, a 14-member voice group of women very dedicated to singing, and then to the Santa Fe Symphony Chorus. Pieces we're doing right now, I think the most on the edge, exciting piece that we're doing is for the 400th anniversary celebration. They've commissioned a new symphony from a gentleman from Minneapolis who is also Native American. The Women's Ensemble had an opportunity to go to Italy a couple of years ago. And it was a wonderful 10-day trip of Umbria and Tuscany. And it was so exciting to go and sing in different venues and different beautiful churches, Italian churches, but even more important, to sing for Italian audiences. It was so thrilling, again, that whole experience to share music in that particular context. If I could have two, the other one would have to be when this organ was delivered in Santa Fe, and it happened on February the 24th, 2 years ago. There's an atmosphere here of the ability to interact with other musicians, other visual artists, artists of all sorts, and also retired artists who have been in the profession for their careers and then come out here to retire. So, and plus, you know, we do have this wonderful small group of young artists who are appearing too. So for a little community of about 65,000 people, it's amazing the resources that are here.